Hey guys, it's me, Nate. Now that the FLL season has kicked off, I'll be making a couple videos about the progress of the team I coach throughout the season, as well as some videos to help some other teams out. So this video is going to be mainly like an introduction into the EV3 software. It's going to be go over some basic functions like driving forward or turning. It's mainly for newer teams to help them get a grounding into the software and help them understand a little bit better. Alright, so first, when you open up the software into your program, first thing you want to do is click File and then Save Project As. So you want to name it. We'll just keep this one at Test12. That's fine. Yep, we'll just erase it. Alright, so the green section right here is mainly what we're going to be talking about today, because this is a lot of the basic functions, specifically these three blocks: the large motor, the move steering, and the move tank. So let's dive right in. Alright, let's see. So if you want to drive forward, let's start with these. Both of these blocks, the move steering and move tank, can actually allow you to drive forward or turn. So both of them can allow you to do either function. We'll go over the differences between them. So let's just move this one down here. We'll just cancel that one out. So right now I have a move tank block, which is right here, this one, move tank. So this one actually allows you to have two motors connected and allows you to control each one individually through power. So you can see right here, up here in the right corner of the block, it tells you your ports. So you want to make sure that your driving ports are connected to B and C, or if they're connected differently, you can always change this in the coding. So if it's like A and B that your driving motors are connected to, you can change that. Typically you plug them into B and C though. So we'll stay with that one for this demonstration. So now that you have your motor selected, the first block right here is kind of like your units you want to measure for, this first box. So typically you measure in rotations. So now that you have you've selected rotations, you have to type in how many rotations do you want your motors to drive or your wheels to spin. So this box right here is where you type in your rotations. Sorry about that. This box right here is where you type in your rotations, and you can type in up to 2 decimal places. So you can even do 3.16 rotations if you want to. So these two boxes right here actually will each one is power. And they control each motor. So this one controls B and this one controls C. So typically in FLL you want to drive around, if you're driving forward, you just want to drive around like 75% power, because if you drive 100, sometimes you get some inconsistencies. So if you're just trying to drive forward, you can just type them in, both same power, and then say like however many rotations. If you want 2 rotations forward, there you go, 2 rotations, and then 75% power, they're matching, so you're going to get a straight line that your robot drives. If you want to use this block to turn, though, you can actually do a couple different approaches. So if you want like a 0 turn, so you want to rotate around the center of your robot, then you could do like one motor negative 5% power and the other one positive 5% power. And that will do, it'll spin one motor backwards and one motor forward, and you'll get like a 0 turn effect through it. If you want like a curve on it, maybe you could do like, let's see, like 55% power and 50% power, and that'll give you a slight curve, because one of your motors, C, is spinning slower than B. And so in that case, you'll get a curve out of it. Of course, you can, if you want a curve still, and you want to, maybe a sharper curve, then you can just lower this one, say to 45. If you want an even sharper curve, 35% power, etc. And you can keep, drastically dropping it according to however, big you want your curve to be. And then, of course, you have to adjust rotations also for your curve. So, like, say 0.5 rotations. All right. So mainly that's what that block does. We can move on to the next block. So let's get rid of this. The next block is move steering. So this move steering block is very similar, has a lot of similar attributes. So first thing, make sure your motors are connected correctly. All right, they're good to go, B and C. So, your power, same thing here. You have your power. Let's just set it to 75. And your rotations here, we can just set to 2. Now, this is a little different. So I'll pull out the other block so you can see the differences. So this one's the move steering. Oops, sorry about that. This one's the move steering, and this one's the move tank. So the differences are mainly that this one has, you can see, an extra speed dial. And this one has like an arrow in place of that speed dial. So let's talk about that. So this arrow, actually, what it does is that sets your curve if you want to turn with this. So if you just want to drive straight, just set it to 0 and you'll be good to go. Now, unfortunately, with this block, the move steering, you can't control your motors individually through power. So if you set 75% power, it means both your motors are going to drive 75%. Now, if you want to turn with this block, you set this little arrow. So that's how you turn. So if you want to turn like pretty sharp, you can set it to like 40. If you even want a sharper turn, you could even go like to 90, and you can see how sharp that is. Typically, if you want like just a basic curve, you could do like 5. Oops, sorry about that. 5, and it'll do like a small curve. Now with this one, you'll kind of have to, if you want to turn with this block, the move steering, you'll probably want to just set a base point. So maybe set it like 10. And then if you want to, if your turn's not as big as you want, not as sharp as you want, then you can just go higher, go to 15. If it's still not sharp enough, 20, etc. You'll have to experiment a little bit with this one. And then, of course, your rotations right here. Of course, between these two is mainly what you'll be adjusting, the curve and then the rotations. You'll have to be messing with both of those quite a bit. Let's see next. So this is mainly what's used for your attachments. So mainly this block controls one motor, so that it's different from the other two. It only controls one motor, and typically it's not B or C, because B or C are your drive motors. So normally it's A or D. So in this case, we'll just leave it at D. And you just on this one, all you do is set your power. Let's just say 25, and you just set however many rotations you want to spin it. So 0.25. There you go. And then, that one's pretty basic. It's just one motor spinning, and it's pretty straightforward. So now, let's kind of just put a program together so you guys can better understand what's happening. Alright, so we're going to want to, let's make a program where we drive our robot forward 2.5 rotations, we turn a little bit, and then we drive forward another 2.5 rotations. So let's see what we'll do here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to start with this. Let's go move steering, drive forward 2.5 rotations, we said, so 75% power, type in 2.5, alright, so that'll get us to our 2.5 rotations. We said we want to turn a little bit, so depending what kind of turn you want, we can, alright, let's just say we want a 0 turn, so let's put this in here, just say negative 5% power, 5% power, because with a 0 turn, you don't want to shoot like very fast. You don't want to turn really fast, otherwise you'll get inconsistency. So this is pretty fast already, your turn. So let's see. Let's just turn 0.2 rotations. Then let's just drive a little bit farther forward. Let's see. We'll go forward another 2 rotations. 75. Alright, so right here we're driving 2.5 rotations forward, turning a little bit, and then we're driving another 2 rotations forward. Alright, so now let's do that with the, let's do it a little bit differently. So let's erase these. So let's say you want to like swing an arm or something on your attachment, right? So let's see, drive forward, 3 rotations, 75% power. You swing your arm. Let's see, let's go like 20% power, swing your arm, 0.2 rotations, and then let's say you want to go back to base. So you drive out of base 3 rotations, you swing an attachment, and then you want to go backwards. So all you have to do, type in 75% power, and then go back negative 3 rotations. So that'll bring you back. So that's pretty basic on the coding of that. Let's see. So one other thing I guess I can touch on is this last box in either of the blocks. It's right here. It's this like little like plus or this play sign. It mainly says brake or coast. Typically you have it on brake. That's why I didn't really mention it earlier, because most of the time you don't switch it. But that's mainly up to your choice. If you need to coast, then you can always coast. So it's optional. All right. Let's see. So that's mainly all that actually, let me touch on this. So this is a medium motor. If you have like a medium motor that you have attached your robot for attachments or whatever you have it attached for, this is the block you want to use. So you don't want to use this one. This is a large motor block. You want to go medium motor if you have the medium motor. So then again, just check your port, etc. Plug in your speed. 0.5, and then type in your rotation, 0.2. Alright, well, I hope this helped you get started in a very basic general understanding of the EV3 program and how to drive forward, how to do some basic turns. If you need any help with any coding, just comment below if you have any questions. Or if you have any recommendations for a next video I should do, whether it be coding or a demonstration, then just let me know and I'll be able to, maybe I'll be able to do that for you. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day.